placing the hands on your knees, we're gonna gently start moving our torso side to side. So don't exaggerate, just feel a nice stretch in the area of your hips, maybe in the side of your rib cage. So pressing with the hands a bit more energetically into your knees. So you press both your knees down and also moving a little bit more side to side, few more rounds. And then we stop in the middle and we're gonna roll our shoulders up and back a few times and up and forward. So you can relax your arms completely, so the movement comes only from the shoulders. You do not engage your biceps. Allow your arms to be heavy and relaxed. And yesterday we did a little asana where we were rotating in our shoulder joint. And I was mentioning this is one of the exercises that are really very simple and effective you can do. I'm just repeating it to show it to you again. At any moment during the day, it really relaxes this area, the trapezius muscles running throughout the upper back and connect the neck and shoulder area. So that's very effective. And today we're going to add another exercise or asana that you can do anytime, also when you don't have a usual yoga practice, and it's head rolls and neck stretches. So for the rolls, you remember we bring our chin towards the chest, and then we bring the right ear towards the right shoulder, and slowly rotate the head back, chin up, left ear, left shoulder, and chin towards the chest. So in this movement, we really breathe, try to breathe slowly and make the movement deliberate so you can feel what is happening in your neck, really activating the neck and loosening the cervical spine. And you try to keep your shoulders relaxed and down. So don't lift your shoulders to meet your ears. It's the ears that move towards the shoulders. So a small, short break in the middle, and then we change the side. So rotating the neck counterclockwise. So take this movement as slow as you would like to, following your breath, inhaling up and exhaling, your chin goes towards the chest. And one more round. So this also a type of exercise you can do at any time, even at your desk. And it releases the neck and shoulder area. So release the pose, and the last thing we're gonna do neck stretch. So this time we bring the left hand towards the side and the thumb down, and then we bring the left hand behind the back. So where it is, it doesn't really matter. If you can move your palm, move your hand up in between the shoulders, behind the back, this is great. It's also opening the shoulder area. If not, just keep their hand behind the back somewhere, and then right arm up over the left ear, relaxing the shoulders down. So not lifting your shoulders, relaxing down, and then very slowly we're gonna bring the right ear towards the right shoulder. So here as well, don't pull on this left side of your head, on your left ear, just a slight pressure so you can feel a bit more stretch along this left side of the neck. Keeping the chest open, so don't collapse forward like this, but just keeping everything open. Few breaths, relaxing the shoulders. And one more round of breath. And we're gonna release, and we repeat on the other side. So if your shoulders are open, you can move the hand as high up as the base of your neck, behind, or otherwise just keep the hand behind, the left arm up and over the right ear. And then we're gonna relax and start bringing our left ear towards the left shoulder. The shoulders are relaxed, the shoulders are heavy. and the chest is open. So active pose. One more breath. And then we release, and we are ready to move in our starting meditation. So make a couple of movements, maybe recrossing your legs or finding another position for your meditation that allows you to stay comfortably upright with your spine tall, with your shoulders relaxed. So we're trying to stay really straight with our back, but not rigid. So whatever it takes you to achieve the state of comfort while sitting down, maybe using a cushion, maybe shifting some muscles away from the sitting bones. And we're gonna relax our hands on the knees or on the laps. And we take a couple of breaths, inhaling through the nose and letting go through the mouth. So add visualization or anything else. The sense of release when you exhale. And then we come back to breathing just through the nose. For a few rounds of breath, allowing yourself to breathe at your natural pace. And I will continue walking you through that awaken method I mentioned yesterday, and we practiced yesterday the first letter A, which stood for allowing everything, physical, mental states, internal or external, just to take place as they are. And today we are going to focus on the second letter, which is W, and it stands for watch. So it means that we're going to slowly observe and bring mindful observation to anything that is happening around us, inside of us, within our body, with our body, and also within our mind and our emotional sphere. And how do we do that? By bringing attention to a specific point. So we will allow our breath to help us to start focusing within. So we're going to practice equal breathing pranayama. And most of you probably remember that it's a pranayama when we have equal counts for and exhaling for 4 counts and allowing little pause when your lungs are empty. So check in a few times if number 4 is a good rhythm for you, and I'm not going to count it because you might be counting faster and slower depending on the pace of your breath. The count should be comfortable. You shouldn't be struggling to make the count end at the top of your inhale, at the bottom of your exhale. And if you need to stick to a lower number, to 3, or to a high number, 5, 6, feel free to do that. Just make sure that when you inhale, you use your entire capacity of the lungs, your chest is open, the shoulders relaxed, and you really breathe in, starting from your lower abdomen. And that you are not rushing at the top of your inhale when your lungs are full, just allow a little pause to happen there. And here we come to watch these pauses in between our in-breath and our out-breath. So when you count top of your inhale, bring your mindful attention to this little pause at the top. And as you exhale and finish your count, bring your attention to the pause at the bottom of your exhale. So being able to bring the attention to the mental and physical sensations and the states that are happening within us and also in the outer world is a very important technique, because as we're gonna move through all the challenges during the day and during our lives, we need to have a right and correct information about what is happening inside of us and outside of us. But how can we have this right information if you don't watch or if you don't allow this information to reach our consciousness? Now, this is what we are training now, is being able to watch what is happening using our breath. But the same method you can apply also when you watch your thoughts. And watching the thoughts does not mean thinking the thoughts. There is a saying in some Buddhist stories. It says you can have all the thoughts you want, just don't invite them for the tea. So thoughts arise and thoughts disappear. Maybe in the same way as breath, you inhale, and there is a pause at the top, and you exhale, and there is a little pause at the bottom. The same as with the thought process. It's like a train of thoughts. The thoughts are arising in the mind, and then maybe there is a little pause between the thoughts. And then the thoughts arise again and pass by. And there is no need to hold on to the thoughts, no need to give them energy. Every time returning to your quiet observation of this empty space in between the thoughts, between the breath. We're gonna take a few more rounds of equal breathing pranayama. And then we release the car. And as always, we take a moment to set the intention for ourselves, helping our mind to be more focused. So repeating this intention in your head, formulate it in a positive manner, in the present tense, simple words. So it can stay, this intention can stay in your consciousness, even if you're not focusing on it. And then we slowly allow our eyes to open, and we release our legs. So release any posture you were holding for during the meditation and shake everything. And we're gonna start with cat and cow's pose in the sitting position. So we place our feet hip width apart, quite away from the body, and we hold our knees and we inhale. As we exhale, we round the back. So start moving maybe a little bit faster, so you activate your muscles and waking up your spine at the same time. Inhaling up, exhaling, rounding the back, thinking back, few rounds. And as you exhale, trying to press the spine backwards so you can really round your back completely. And as you inhale, you can open your knees a bit wider so you draw your chest and the chin up. And it happens on the inhale, just up, and exhale back. So going faster, slower, not necessarily in my pace. And next time we are up, and we're gonna move into an active young version of butterfly pose, Baddha Konasana. So we bring our knees, our feet together, and we try to either bring our feet as close to the groins as possible, or what we can also do, we can also lift ourselves on the fingertips and then slide our sitting bones and buttocks closer. So if your back starts rounding too much, that's, I think for almost everybody it would be a good idea, unless you're very hips, just to sit on something like rolled up blanket or a cushion or rolled up sides of the mat. So you can really start feeling that you have a bit more space to draw your chest forward. So that's the next variation. We will also go in an in-like pose just later on, variation of this pose. So and we're gonna flap the wings of our butterfly. So holding on to your ankles and sitting preferably upright. We're gonna start loosening up the hips. And remember, you don't need to force anything. If you feel discomfort in the hips, that's what we expect to have because our hips are not extremely benefiting from our sitting habits. So quite stiff in that area. And we allow this flapping to continue for a few more breaths. And then eventually we stop and find a position where you can hold this pose for a few breaths. So maybe you're adjusting and placing your feet a bit closer to the groins. There should be no pain in your feet, in your knees. So if something is painful, just watch it and adjust it. So you don't need to have a discomfort, which is an extreme, and no pain, of course. And then we're gonna hold onto our inner feet with a thumb. So inserting and placing the elbows on inside of our legs. Then we're gonna inhale and lift the chest up and then go forward. So I can imagine that most of us start rounding the back, which is completely natural. So allow some so that you don't round immediately your back. So try to imagine that you would like to go down not with your head, but with the middle of your chest. So it doesn't really matter how far forward and down you can go. Just continue focusing on straightening your spine and also pressing the elbows into your inner thighs so you can start opening and loosening in the hip area. And this pose is one of those poses when you can really benefit by sending the breath into all these areas which feel particularly tight. And for most of us, it's probably groin area. And sending the breath there with each exhale, trying to relax our knees a bit more towards the ground. One more breath here. And then we're gonna slowly start lifting up with our chest first. And then we're gonna help our knees to close. And then extend our legs, maybe sliding off the support you were using, the blanket or a cushion, and we're gonna shake our legs. Our next asana, we're gonna again go in Uttanasana, butterfly pose, but this time in the yin fashion. So we place the feet together again, but now there is a space in between the groins and between your feet. So the legs are in diamond shape, and once again, in this variation too, it will be nice to sit on something like a blanket or a cushion, so you can really, when we fall down, because this is a destination we're gonna use, you're gonna relax down completely. So preparing yourself, adjusting anything, and then we're gonna allow our spine to roll. So it can be round. You don't need to straighten up, and unless you have a sciatica problems, lower back problems. In this case, keeping the spine straight would be advisable. And otherwise, we're gonna inhale, lengthening forward, and then allow ourselves to relax completely. So dropping your head if it's comfortable. If it's not comfortable, you can always support your head, placing the on your shins or on your calves. And if you're comfortable, you can just allow your neck to hang and the shoulders be soft. And then for a few deep breaths, we're gonna focus and watch our belly expanding with each inhale and receding with each exhale. And in this pose, the slowing down of the breath normally happens naturally. Try to feel that the gravity brings your upper body more down. you just allow this to happen and you watch how your body relaxes. And your body means everything, so also your face, making sure that your lips and the cheeks, the forehead, all the muscles of your face are fully relaxed, and that you're not surprised by feeling that your tongue is doing something strange and active in your mouth, like pressing against the ceiling of the mouth or against your teeth. Release everything inside of your mouth as well. So your lower jaw is relaxed, the head and neck is relaxed. And whenever you are in the pose, wherever you are in the pose, you should feel something, maybe in your hips, maybe in your groin area, maybe in your back. If you stop feeling something, you can always inch a little bit forward, and then relaxing at the new edge. So your body continues walking in the pose. So you get maximum benefit from the yoga practice, not just relaxation. And we take a few more breaths. And then very slowly with the head down, so without lifting the head, we're gonna start pressing the floor with our hands. So walking the hands back towards the hips and allowing our head to come up last, straightening the spine, and then closing our knees. We're gonna shake everything. So removing the blankets from underneath. And we're gonna do a few counter poses here to open our chest because we were holding forward with the round back. So your hands are behind the back, shoulder width apart. And we're gonna do a very easy back bend. So inhaling, lifting the chest up and back. And we collapse our chest, bring the chin towards the chest. A few more rounds. Opening and stretching as much as we would like to, and rounding the back as you exhale. Few more rounds. And one more. And then we stop in neutral position, and then we're gonna move to another back bend, so we can be a bit more energized for the rest of this pose. So usually we do a reverse tabletop by placing the feet on the ground and the hands behind with the fingers facing towards the buttocks, and the wrists are just under the shoulders, so the feet are hip width apart. And then we exhale, and on the inhale we start lifting our buttocks up, 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 up. And we look over our knees. When we don't see our knees, we can drop our, and then we exhale, we lower our hips down. So this version of the reverse tabletop, and you can continue in this way. So pressing the feet, lifting the buttocks up, and then dropping the head, following your buttocks on the floor, and dropping your head if your neck does not complain. And look over to your toes. So big toes of both feet are on the ground. So all the toes press firmly into the ground. The movement comes from the strength of your legs. And you can really roll your shoulders under when you lift up, and you lift your belly just a bit higher. So when you look at yourself, you are completely straight, so you can really looks like a tabletop. So we do one more round of this dynamic version, and then we're gonna finish up with the static version. So you might repeat exactly the same. So lifting the hips up and then staying in that position for 3 breaths. If you want to try a different variation, which may be more challenging, but also very nice for your shoulders and abdominal strength, you're gonna extend the legs and bring the shoulders back. And then we're gonna lift everything up and place the toes and the feet into the ground. So we're gonna just try to reach with our toes. So exactly the same pose, but with the legs straight. And we keep on lifting, squeezing the buttocks, lifting the core up and opening the shoulders more. Few breaths here or at the tabletop in a static position. And then exhaling, lowering yourself all the way down. And we're gonna lie down, bend our knees, and bring the knees towards the chest. Now make a couple of releasing movements, massaging your spine, massaging your back, upper shoulders, opening the knees wide, it feels good, or keeping the knees together. And then we're gonna place the feet on the ground, knees bent, feet are hip width apart. We open our arms as wings, and we do a couple of windshield wipers in that position on the back. And next time our knees are falling towards the right side, we allow them to stay there. And we just turn our head to look over the left arm. Allow your knees to just pause on your right side. You don't need to adjust anything. A few breaths here. Looking over your left shoulder, breathing deeply into your twist. And on the big inhale, we bring the knees back up and we resume our windshield wipers for a few rounds. And when you're ready, you can pause on your left side. So when the knees drop towards the left side, you turn your head to look over the right arm, right shoulder. Taking deep breaths through the right side of your torso, so you feel the stretch, maybe in the area of your IT band, around the outer side of your right leg. And on a big inhale, we bring the knees back up and we give ourselves a big hug once again. Going the knees towards the chest. Then we're gonna shake everything in the air. So the legs, the arms, and we're gonna settle into final relaxation. So find a comfortable position on your back. Your feet are falling out. Your shoulder blades drawing closer towards the center of your spine. Your arms are slightly away from the body, palms facing up, and your chin is slightly tucked in. You take a few breaths, inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. You can allow the sound on your exhale so you can relax your voice cords. And we're gonna quickly rotate our consciousness through all the parts of the body. So we bring your attention to your right foot, the right hip, the right chest, the right shoulder, the right palm. And then you bring your attention to the left foot, the left hip, the left side of the chest, the left shoulder, the left hand. And then you bring your attention to the front of your body, your face, the heart area, your belly, and the back of your body, the point where your head touches the ground, the shoulder blades, the back of your buttocks, the calf muscles, the heels. And then you bring your attention towards your belly. You watch with your inner eye the belly and belly falling on each exhale. Inhaling, belly rising. Exhaling, belly falling. And then you bring to your attention the heaviness. Heaviness in your entire body. Your legs, the pelvis, the buttocks, the entire upper part of the body. The arms, the shoulders, and the head are very heavy. Imagine that you are so heavy that no one and nothing can lift you off the ground. You're so heavy, so relaxed. And in a moment, you imagine that you are floating on the surface of the calm lake, and you're completely weightless. The water supports you, you are floating in the clear waters, and the waters are warm and welcoming. And your body feels so light, weightless, as a feather, as a leaf on the surface. And just floating, sensing the warmth and effortless float on the surface. And then again, you turn your attention back to your body. And we're going to take a couple of deeper breaths in and out, returning our attention. Like moving the fingers and toes, bringing the legs together, flexing your toes and pointing your toes. And whenever you're ready, stretching yourself out, arms over your head. And in your own time, maybe through the bending the knees and placing the feet on the ground, you're gonna roll to lie down on our right or left side, a few breaths. And then we press the floor away and help ourselves back to a sitting position. So for our centering thought of the practice, and we take a moment to recall our intention for this practice, repeating it 3 times. Making our mind work for us, work on the things that are extremely important and a priority in our lives. And then we gently